Good morning, Internet, and welcome back to the Badlands. So I think last episode we were very worried about food. We've now got more mealwood growing, so we should be okay on food. We'll keep an eye on it. Like, here we are, cycle 25. We've got almost 2 cycles worth, but these should about pop again. So I think we're on the uphill swing. We'll see what happens. Right now I'm just digging out some stuff. My next goal is to get this other sandstone starting biome dug out, get the food out of that, we can pump the water out of it, and then start the researching for ranches. But yeah, we should be, according to the math, we should be there on food, but you know, it doesn't always work that way. One thing I'll say when it comes to pincha pepinut plants, they're hard to farm, so it's kind of best to leave them in whatever biome you find them in that they're growing, so that way you can use them for espresso. Luckily, you don't have to use them for too much anymore, so you don't have to grow them, but if you find them, you can just kind of leave them there if they're willing to grow. So I think if I dig that tile, then that one will grow. And then I can just start storing them and then use them later as I need them. It'd be nice to just leave that water in there as opposed to dumping it all over everything else. But this map definitely had a good amount of starting water, which is just very helpful. I've definitely tried those maps where you have like 4 tiles worth of water and it's just awful. And how's this working? So this is all getting pretty warm. What I might end up doing is just digging this area up and letting it all fall in the water just to help cool it down. Oh, we're up to 20,000 food. These are stifling because of heat. Yeah, I guess that biome just warmed them up a bit too much. To see if there's a way I can deal with that. Food is decayed. Oh, nosh beans. Oh, well, if we have nosh beans, we might as well turn on tofu. Just have it grab whatever nosh beans I have, turn it into tofu. Alright. Bottomless stomach, don't need another one of those. Can't do building is annoying. And decreased strength is annoying. And iron I've got an infinite amount of. But you don't need to take a dupe if you don't have to. Actually, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna uproot this, and I'm gonna dump some cold rust there. So let's dig over here, like we said, and by dumping the cold rust on it, I can then use that as cheap cooling. There's some nosh beans. Again, any free stuff growing around that you can use for a while is great early game. No point in digging them up. Like, I don't plan on making, is it spicy tofu is what you get, the high-end stuff from nosh beans, but you might as well use the food you find on the ground. Alright, that research is done. Time to do the food. So first I'm going to grab the refrigerators just because they store more food for me. Alright, set you to sweep only rust. I'll come dig that up first. We'll sweep up some rust and help cool that area down. Perfect. You sweep. Oh, and because I just found bleachstone, I can now dump bleachstone into here and just keep it from outgassing the chlorine all over everything. So I can come in here, check the errands, and people should start delivering the rust. Yeah, and that's 3,000 kilograms, and I can just do this and dump it on the ground. So that should just allow a nice chunk of cooling right here. We don't need to get it frozen, we just need to get it below 30. So let's see how that works. There's the rust. There it is. Yeah, 3,000 kilograms at 4 degrees. That one's already growing. You're growing. Yeah. Slowly. I mean, it's not the most efficient way of cooling stuff down, but it works. Yeah, now these nosh beams are too warm. That's fine. We're already up to 28,000 food. So we're good. Insufficient oxygen. Now, because people aren't delivering. That's okay. Skill-wise, alright, we're finally up to obsidian. That means I can actually dig where I want to dig. So yeah, cycle 30 on Badlands before you can actually dig out your starting base. But that means I can start to work on the bathrooms. I think I made this the right size. Let's see. 19, close. So for bedroom, bathroom, you want it to be 18 wide. That makes it exactly the right size to put 3 toilets, 2 sinks, and plenty of decor in between them. And the reason I do it that way is because I have my schedule set where there's only 2 dupes per grouping, then they each go to the bathroom and they don't overflow. So even if you have someone with irritable bowel or whatever the small bladder, they've got enough time to use the bathroom and use the sink before the next ones come in. And there's just enough room for 8 beds. Now you could put in a decor level or not. That's, you know, if you plan ahead, then you're going to fill this up with statues or space artifacts. You just got to get a glass floor or diamond floor. I definitely want enough room for 16 dupes to start. And then same idea with this bathroom, I'm going to set these doors to one way so they have to wash their hands. Okay, well this right here is the best thing. On Badlands, there is no swamp biome. So you never find thimbleweed. The only way to get thimbleweed in Badlands is from the printing pod. Otherwise, your only way of getting reed fiber is farming Drecos. Which, I'm going to farm them anyway, but having some way of eating your polluted water when you have too much of it is just really handy. Alright, so we can start to get the bedrooms and bathrooms made while we're researching up for ranches. And eventually I'll make a fully recycling bathroom, which will be good. I'm just not there yet. Right now I just want to dump the excess polluted water into a tank. which luckily I already have researched. I also want to make a point for the dupes to dump polluted water, which can also go into the tank. And if you've played this game a few times, you know how all this gets set up. But it really doesn't take too many tries of being like, oh, hey, this works or this doesn't work. It's just like, I know my bathroom setup. Oh, that tank's in the wrong place. Like, I know what this is all eventually going to look like, and I know I'm going to need to cycle the water around, so I just know where to put in the bridges. And we'll need a pump. If I had less water to begin with, then this would be more annoying, but with the amount of water this map gave me, this was going to work out great. I want them to focus on this section. That way we can clean this area up. Oh, see, all these are now growing except that one. Oh, you're just about there too. So yeah, just dumping that. Dumping that rust. Got me some more food. A few cycles later, we're at 24. So yeah, we're slowly coming up. I don't need millions and millions of calories. I just need to be stabilized and slowly going up. Alright. Now we can do the ranch research. And because the food research is done, I can build refrigerators which store more food. You can see these coal generators have now filled this up with carbon dioxide. So now my food storage is safe. And you don't need to power the refrigerators. As long as you keep them in a sterile environment, they'll be fine. They use a lot of energy. But some maps, you gotta do it. Or, you know, if you're building that much extra power, go for it. Alright, while they're building that, I can start to plan out my ranches. I'm actually going to pause for a little bit. So I know the ranches need to be 27. So for ranch, you need 96 interior space. Come up here to our rooms. Where's ranch? Nope, stable. There we go. Yeah, maximum size 96. For a ranch that is 96, you can run 8 hatches inside of it. And those of you doing the math will understand that 27 times 4 is bigger than 96. And you are correct. So we lose 2 of it to the doors. So we go from 27 to 24. Or from 27 to 25. But 25 is still too big. 25 by 4, easy math. We are going to put in a half door to keep all of our hatches on one side. That way our dupes don't have to wait around for them to run the whole length of the room. Again, a little bit of planning beforehand saves you hassle in the back end. And, you know, doing math. Doing math is always a good thing. A little bit of planning, a little bit of math, you know where stuff is going to go. Oh, that's a good, nice, whole bunch of wolframite. Alright, what have we got? Decreased... Alright, that's just annoying. Decreased germ resistance just means they're always going to get hypothermia, stroke, heat exhaustion, like... And I don't really need another digger. I guess another supplier wouldn't be bad. Where are we at on food? We're up to 31,000. So yeah, food's definitely coming up. And because you have diver's lung, that's actually decent. Alright, we got our rancher. We got our supplier. Emo's got full cooking. Alright, we're doing good. And we've got our beginning ranch. So this room down here will eventually be the kill room. This up here will be where we drop them off. So we know we need doors, we need a critter drop off. I put the storage bin there so that way the dupes fill that up first because it's easier for them to get to. Critter feeder, then the grooming station. So that right there is the minimum size. If you then put a half door here with an airflow tile or a regular tile or something up on top, then your hatches can't jump over it. They still count this space as part of the ranch, they just don't get to use it. So let's dig this out and see how we did on size. And those of you who were paying attention to the math earlier, when I said 25 times 4 was bigger than 96, 100 minus 3 is 97, so we need one tile. We just need to put one little square tile over there, and now this room is exactly 92. Did I not make this the right size? No, I did not. I said 27, and that's 26. Well, this is what you get for doing stuff and recording it. You make mistakes, adjust for it, move on. Again, math, not just for elementary school. All right, let's plan on having a ladder system there. Always double check your work. Alright, come on people, finish that off. 97. There we go. And now we have a ranch that's exactly 96. Set the priority up on this. We want to auto wrangle. Alright, not entirely sure why my recording paused there, but we now have our ranch at the right size. It's 96. And now we're starting to get set up for our hatch and hatchlings. Alright, so that's all done. Now we need to wrangle up some hatches. Who do we got? Should have some in here. Yep, there's 2. I thought there was some more down here. Yep, there's 1. Drecker Ranch we'll get to here in a minute. Alright, there's our first load of hatches. We've got 3 of them. Once we get our mechatronics engineer, then we can start automating this. So right now they should all be wild. They have enough room to run around. They will be nice and quick to respond when the rancher comes in here to groom them. And now we can just essentially copy paste as many ranches as we need. Probably swap these over to airflow tiles. I just haven't researched them yet. We got another starting biome, which is good. I think we're good on food. Yeah, we're up to 35,000. And here comes our ranchers. When you first start ranching, before you have the automation, it's just a lot of manual effort of going in, grabbing the eggs, keeping the guys happy. Bathroom's almost done. Let's set this to one way. And let's increase the bathroom. I'm sure a couple of them have used it already. Now they're getting there. Oh no, we don't have any water yet. You're not done. Doesn't really matter that we set these to one way because the doors are already set the correct way. And we just need them to finish the pump. I know the polluted water they're going to drop off is going to be dirty, so I actually want to make it so if they don't go through this door, then they won't get food poisoning germs on them. Alright, who do we got? Narcoleptic, bad, can't do digging, annoying, and I don't need a researcher doctor. Small bladder isn't horrible, and I know that my food source is going to be ranching. So, Bubbles, welcome to the party. I'm actually going to increase my downtime now that the base is getting bigger. 5 slots is the maximum for the most morale. Power. So I just slowly increase as the base gets bigger so I get the most work out of them. Once they get to 5, then that's good enough. Alright, we got water. This we want to turn off. This we want to dump off all of our polluted water. Alright, now we can deconstruct all of that. Nope. Amazing enough, pumps need water. Yeah, so now they'll all run through there. Polluted water will just get stored in this tank until I'm ready to run it through some chlorine and clean it up. Till then, it can just sit in there and be full of food poisoning germs. Because there is some random chlorine floating around, it's probably actually getting cleaned. Alright, I've just about picked up all this polluted water. I think there's a bit of polluted dirt there. Alright. Now we get the bonus for a washroom, more morale. The barracks we already had. Alright. So I think next I'm going to want airflow tiles and that type of thing, because now that the ranch is going, our next goal is going to be an electrolyzer oxygen setup. So I think we'll call that good for this grouping. Our food has definitely come up. We've got our first ranch going. We're building the second ranch. We've got the bathrooms. We are on cycle 40, and we're moving along quite nicely. Hope you all enjoyed and have a wonderful day.